My name is Marlene. At 33, my younger sister left my 6-year-old daughter alone outside a shopping center just to prove something, all because I refused to put $40,000 into her planned dog cafe. I stayed calm. I never raised my voice. Instead, I took a different approach. 3 weeks afterward, she had nothing left. If you've ever been let down by those who were supposed to stand by you the most, drop a comment and tell me where you're tuning in from. It started simply. I asked her to watch Ella for just 1 hour. That's all 60 minutes. It was a regular Tuesday morning, no big deal, only a doctor's visit I couldn't postpone without restarting the whole referral wait. She agreed right away. Absolutely, she said enthusiastically. Anytime you need, she even added, we should spend more time together. You really ought to lean on me more often. I should have seen the warning sign. People who loudly proclaim they're the most dependable usually prove the opposite right after. Still, I'm jumping ahead. The appointment itself went smoothly. The doctor was behind schedule, as always, and the waiting area carried that familiar mix of antiseptic and talcum powder. I glanced at my watch while waiting and decided to call her just to check in on Ella. Nothing urgent. I wasn't worried. Ella loved spending time with her aunt, and they were meant to be relaxing at home. But when she answered, I heard background sounds, bright, echoing mall tunes, the kind that scream sales and crowds. Are you at the mall? I asked. Yeah, she replied casually, as though I'd asked something obvious. Ella wanted to check out the toy shop. Cool, can I speak to her for a second? She's outside right now. A pause. Outside the shop or outside the mall? Don't stress, she said. Cupcake is keeping her company. Cupcake? Her tiny 3-pound white Pomeranian dressed in ribbons, little shoes, and a miniature fake leather vest that read Dog Mom's Angel. You left my daughter outside with the dog. The shop has a no-pets rule, she explained, acting like I was overreacting. I couldn't just leave Cupcake in the vehicle. She gets anxious when separated. The receptionist was watching me now. I snatched my jacket. Go look for Ella immediately. She's perfectly okay. I was only gone maybe 5 minutes. She let out an irritated huff and ended the call. I was already rushing toward the exit. The drive felt endless traffic lights and terrifying images flashing through my mind. I imagined Ella sitting by herself on a curb, frightened, or walking away, or getting lost, or something far worse. When I finally reached the mall parking area, my hands trembled on the wheel. I saw my sister near the main doors first, cradling Cupcake like an infant. No sign of Ella. Where is she? I demanded. She blinked at me as though I was overdramatic. She was right here. She's only 6. Maybe she wandered into a shop. Right, because 6-year-olds casually browse jewelry and grab drinks on their own. I searched the food area, the corridors, asked a stall employee. Someone directed me to the bookstore. I hurried inside. There was Ella in the children's corner, sitting on the carpet with legs folded, reading aloud to a stuffed toy, completely at ease and entirely by herself. The moment she spotted me, her face brightened. Mommy, look, this book has a puppy in it. I knelt down and pulled her into a tight embrace until she made a little sound. Then I stood, told her we were heading home, and we left together, fingers linked. My sister remained in the exact same place, same neutral look, as if the whole thing was normal. Cupcake was busy grooming her own foot with flair. You found her, my sister remarked, not really asking. She was by herself, so was your dog. I looked at her, truly looked. And right then she made it worse. See, she said, cocking her head. Now you understand how it feels. How what feels? Having your baby left unattended. She gestured toward the Pomeranian. I mean my baby. I stood motionless, caught between laughing hysterically and collapsing. Then I simply turned and walked off with Ella. No shouting, no debate. I didn't glance behind me. But in that instant I decided something. She wanted to teach me a lesson. All right, I'd return the favor. 3 weeks later, she showed up sobbing at my doorstep, and I still hadn't once raised my voice. Yet she had lost it all. Some people fall apart after a romance ends. My sister fell apart into full dog obsession mode. Not right away, though. There was a phase when she claimed dogs were messy, clingy, and ruined any chic look. That was back when she was still the family's shining talent. She's 2 years younger. As kids, she was labeled the sensitive soul, the artistic type, the free soul, basically the one who escaped consequences. She cried right arrow, I caught the blame. She damaged things right arrow I caught the blame. She melted down at someone else's celebration. She's just passionate. Meanwhile, I was tagged, the responsible one, meaning invisible. Somehow that pattern carried into adulthood. She switched personas like changing playlists. One season she was launching businesses, next she was a mindfulness expert, then a full-time online healer. Now she was Cupcake's devoted parent. Cupcake originally belonged to her boyfriend. He had long office days downtown. She worked remotely part-time for some unnamed startup, so she and the dog grew inseparable. Soon Cupcake had her own stroller, custom scarves, and costumes pricier than Ella's full closet. She began saying "my baby" about the dog without sarcasm. She created a vision board centered on dogs. Launched a dedicated Instagram for Cupcake. It gained followers faster in half a year than mine had in 6. Somewhere amid the bow ties and organic treats, the idea struck. "I'm opening a cafe," she declared. Not an ordinary one, a dog-friendly cafe, a relaxing spot for pups and their owners. "Dogs get banned from most places," she complained. "It's unfair. I want somewhere Cupcake can sit next to me while I write in my journal and drink oat lattes." That was her entire plan. 0 research, 0 finances, pure energy. Then the request arrived. "I just need around $40,000 to launch." She said it lightly, like borrowing for gas, not asking for life savings. "Here's the context. I actually work in venture funding. My company backs startups, small eateries, direct-to-consumer brands. I recognize winners and disasters." Her concept: one custom mug collab away from total failure, so I declined, politely at first. "The pet niche is crowded. Growth exists, but risk is high, especially when it hinges on one theme." She stared. "You're saying Cupcake isn't appealing enough?" I explained more clearly until she kept pressing. Finally, I was blunt. I wouldn't pitch it to my firm, wouldn't risk my own cash, and wouldn't pretend enthusiasm to spare feelings. That's when she turned icy. Here's the embarrassing truth I ignored too long. I had quietly supported her lifestyle for ages because she refused to ask her boyfriend directly, too proud. She hinted, never outright demanded. Rent covered, food paid, Cupcake's urgent grooming on me. I even gave her a spare card for dog supplements. She used it for a $140 hooded sweatshirt with animal ears. Back then, I brushed it off. I had the steady career, the home, the partner. I assumed she'd mature eventually. She didn't. She escalated. So when she volunteered to watch Ella that day, I thought perhaps it signaled progress. Instead, she left my child outdoors with a dog because pets weren't permitted inside, then declared, "Now you know how it feels." She meant every word. That scene replayed endlessly, her expression. Her lack of regret. She wasn't apologizing, she was proving something. I stayed silent. No outburst, no social media event. I quietly revoked access to the shared card, no more rent assistance. No more emergency payments. At first she didn't notice. Then came Sunday morning mid-laundry. "Hey, card got declined for my matcha. Strange, right?" Strange indeed, I ignored it. 10 minutes later, rent payment bounced too. Did the bank update something? Then rapid texts. Marlene, hello. Did you cancel the card?" "What's happening?" One reply from me. "You'll have to handle your own expenses from now on." Silence for 2 hours, then 2 missed calls. I let them go. A voicemail I skipped. A long voice message I played later out of dark interest. Mostly her cooing at Cupcake while complaining about my emotional cruelty. "This is what you get for helping people," she said, sweetly laced with poison. "You support endlessly, then they punish you." She hadn't bought dog food herself in nearly a year. I'd funded Cupcake's entire wardrobe. Still, I held back, not out of wisdom, but exhaustion. Until her messages grew vicious. "You're treating me like I broke the law, punishing me for protecting my baby. You've always resented my uniqueness." Classic move, rewrite the narrative, cast herself as the eccentric victim of my supposed harshness. Then came the Facebook post, a selfie of her and Cupcake. The dog wore an emotional support fluff vest. Caption: "When your own sister cuts you off financially, emotionally, spiritually, but at least I still have my true baby." Priorities family doesn't hurt. She tagged our mother and Cupcake's page. I stared at the growing likes and sympathetic replies. One comment: "Who cuts off their sister over cash?" "That's cold," so I replied publicly. "She left my 6-year-old daughter unattended outside a mall. Ella got frightened and wandered away. She didn't notice or care. I didn't stop helping because of a pet. I stopped because I can no longer trust her with my child. Plain facts. No drama, no tags. I logged off and slept. Morning brought chaos, notifications exploding, missed calls, cousin screenshots, a text from mom. We should talk. Of course. Suddenly I was the family problem while she sobbed endlessly. Mom said maybe I should have kept it private. I countered. I wish she hadn't broadcast it first. She didn't push back. Surprisingly, many sided with me. Cousin Claire, wait, she actually left Ella alone? That's insane. College friend. I assumed it was boyfriend drama. This is next level wrong. Even some of her pet parent followers wrote, loving your dog doesn't justify neglecting a kid. Family chat went silent. Then Mom called. We didn't realize, she said. We thought it was just about the dog ban. Pause. You're justified in being upset. I just wish it stayed between you two. I wish she hadn't posted at all. No argument. I finally told my husband everything. He listened quietly, then held Ella close and said, you handled it correctly. We updated emergency plans, found reliable sitters. Her family was no longer an option. I arranged a professional sitter that afternoon. Ella was fine, not shaken, not asking for her aunt. That spoke volumes. My sister went radio silent. No messages, no posts, even Cupcake's page stayed quiet for days, a rarity. Then a stranger number rang. Hey, it's Oliver, her boyfriend. We'd barely interacted, twice maybe. Always heavy cologne, always calling Cupcake my girl. Can I ask one thing? Go ahead. Did she really leave Ella outside alone? Yes. With the dog? Yes. For how long? 10. 15 minutes. She didn't see the issue, said Ella stressed Cupcake. Long silence, thick disbelief in the quiet. Okay, he said. That's all I needed. No fury, no defense, just that. I figured it might end there. Then she posted an empty dog bed photo on her story. Caption, lost everything. No explanation, pure heartache aesthetic. Mom texted, Oliver left, took Cupcake. She's broken. I stared, then laughed, not cruelly, but because reality delivered a sharper twist than fiction. Cupcake, her baby, her brand core, the one she prioritized over a child, was gone. For 2 days she vanished online. No rants, no paw-shaped foam art. Then she appeared at my door. Rapid, angry knocks I knew before opening. There she stood, baggy sweats, dark glasses, hoodie proclaiming dog moms do it better. Hair in a chaotic knot. You destroyed my life, she launched. Nice to see you too. You turned the whole family against me, made me the villain. You left a 6-year-old outside a mall to prove a point. Point made, you always act superior. Ella's head appeared around the corner. I softened instantly. Sweetheart, upstairs right now, please, she obeyed without question. You don't get to shout in front of my daughter, I said. Spare me the perfect mom routine, you're not flawless either. She gestured at my home like stability offended her. You have your fancy career, your house, your husband. You humiliated me, you told Oliver you made him take her. He asked, I answered honestly. You wrecked my relationship. No. You did that yourself. She stepped closer. I held ground. Cutting me off doesn't make you noble. It makes me someone who finally set boundaries. She waited for remorse, maybe weakness. I offered none. You always judged me, she said, voice breaking. Now my entire world is gone. I hoped you'd mature. I waited too long. Her breathing caught. My husband appeared on the stairs. Silent, steady, standing behind me. She saw him and shattered. You ruined it all, she cried. My life is destroyed and you don't even feel it. I feel for my daughter's safety. For not teaching Ella that sparkling cruelty is acceptable. I was proving something, and now the lesson is clear. You think you're so tough? No. I just stopped excusing you. One last trembling stare, then she spun around, marched off, and was gone. A week later, Mom called. She's staying with us now. She's really struggling. I stayed quiet. She says you took it all away. I know what she's telling people. Do you think she truly believes that? I asked. Mom sighed. I think she's not used to consequences. I haven't spoken to her since. No sorry, no ownership, no new schemes. Ella turned 9 recently. She's obsessed with space now, black holes, rovers, star patterns. She wants to become an astronaut who also rescues cats. I promise to help construct the spacecraft if she solves the feline logistics. We haven't seen my sister since that doorstep scene. After the breakup, she lived with our parents for a while, seeming stuck. Then about a year later, she found a fresh passion. luxury pet wellness brand selling chakra-balanced treats and gem-infused fur products. She shares a place with a yoga friend now, turning a spare room into a content studio for cupcake-inspired candles. Still no contact between us. Our parents avoid mentioning her. We stay civil, distant, with an unspoken agreement. I won't erase what happened, and they won't defend her fully. They visit Ella for special occasions, bring presents, overcompensate a little. It's effort. Ella never brings up her aunt, not from hurt, just because her world is filled with better things. Mine too. Life feels steady, ordinary, wonderfully calm. Cupcake apparently flourishes with Oliver. He runs a travel blog now, dog-friendly getaways included. I don't miss the drama, I don't miss her. I miss the sister I once imagined we could become, but not the person she chose to be. Even today, I sometimes wonder, did I handle it right? What do you think? Share your thoughts below. And if these kinds of real-life stories resonate, consider subscribing and turning on notifications.